After much back and forth with the speculation, we can finally confirm to you guys that Bachelor in Paradise is coming back this year. Hey guys, and welcome back to another shared news. We're gonna get all into Bachelor in Paradise casting speculation, but before we get into it, you guys know the drill. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined by Fiona Zaring. And Fiona, good news or great news, Paradise is coming back, and they are set to start filming a couple weeks after they get back from Gabby and Rachel's season. What are you immediately thinking? I mean, we were worried it wasn't going to happen this year.
I am thrilled, Zachary. You know, Paradise is like literally my favorite. I feel like I keep up with the other shows just so I know what's happening in Paradise. So honestly, I was devastated when the rumors started that we may not be getting a Paradise. So this is the news I've been waiting for. I am just thrilled.
Yeah, me too. I was worried as well that it wasn't going to come back, but I mean, we need Paradise. And I think the franchise knows that people are way more excited about Paradise than any Bachelor or Bachelorette season. So it's going to be really exciting when we officially find out who's going. But we do have a lot of speculation and hearsay. And what we do know for a fact, though, is that they plan to head down to the beach in Mexico. And rumor has it, Wells is hosting. So Paradise will air this year, similar to Katie's season last year, where it was right after her season. So with Rachel and Gabby's season, it will air in July. And then when it wraps up in, like, I guess September, then Paradise will come on right after, probably the week after. And they could possibly do Monday and Tuesday nights like they did last year as well. And this also means, since Wells is hosting, that Jesse Palmer will not be on the beach. They're going to give him the summer off, and a slot for the bartender could be available. So, Fiona, what are your thoughts on this news?
I have to say, I really like the idea of Wells hosting. I like the idea of Paradise having just like a different energy than The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I think Jesse Palmer is doing a good job, except for the Women Tell All. That was kind of a disaster. But I do like Jesse. I think he's great. And I think he would do fine on the beach, but I like the idea of it being Wells. Wells feels like such a natural fit in Paradise. He's such a fan favorite in Bachelor Nation. He did a really good job stepping into, the different role last season. If the bartender is open, I want them to have fun with that role. The revolving celebrity host thing did add some fun
Ooh.
energy. So maybe sticking a comedian back behind the bar could be fun. Or honestly, having it be a revolving door of Bachelor Nation favorites could be fun, or maybe sticking our very own Zachary Reality behind the bar to like keep mixing up the drama would be fun. I know, Zachary, we are manifesting the role of
We are.
bartender for you. So I'm just gonna keep putting that out there until it happens. But I do like this. I think it's gonna be fun. And honestly, if they had Wells wearing two hats, I would be here for that too.
I mean, Wells honestly could do all of it, but I think it kind of gives us an opportunity to have a new bartender. A lot of people are pulling for Aaron and James, but there's also people that want Aaron on that beach dating Genevieve. So who knows where the bartender will go to? Demi is also an option. I just want it to be someone who will provide like comedic relief, but also someone that's wise that could give good advice, because that is what Wells was kind of known for behind the bar. Yes, he was funny, but he always gave out really good advice to the contestants who are struggling with their love triangles. Now, let's get into casting rumors, because I can confirm to you they sent out the invitations. Contracts have been out. They will be signed in the next couple of weeks. Contestants are preparing to film in June. And the men from the past few seasons are the ones in consideration. So we have men from Katie's season, Michelle's season, and Rachel and Gabby's season, but those names can't be confirmed as that season is still playing out. They just started it. And some of the guys from Katie and Michelle's season that are rumored to be invited are Andrew S., Justin, Mikey, Christian, Michael A., Rodney, Brandon, Olu, Pardeep, Rick, Casey, and Romeo. What are your thoughts? Who are you most excited to see? And who do you definitely think will be there out of this rumored cast?
I am pretty happy with that bunch. Like, if that was the group of guys, I think I would be here for it. I'm definitely excited to see Andrew S's name on that list, Justin's name, Michael A. Like, I loved all of those guys so, so much from Katie's season. And I feel like I can definitely see Andrew and Justin being there. That seems like a no brainer. I'm a little curious to see Michael A's name on this list because I feel like he doesn't really scream like paradise vibes, but people have been pushing so hard for him to literally just like be the bachelor himself that it makes sense that ABC would do anything they could to get him on the beach. And I think he'll bring a different energy. Like, I think he's going to really maybe like ground us in a love story. Like, we know there's going to be drama, we know there's going to be love triangles, but you need someone who's going to be mature and actually like looking for love. So I would be thrilled if we actually get him on the beach and we can see him find love. Oh my gosh, you know I'm a Michael A like stan.
Yeah, Michael A on the beach sounds like a really good idea if they could snag him for sure. I mean, Brandon, Rodney, those were front runners from Michelle's season, so like no brainer they're going to be there, as well as Justin and Andrew. People have been waiting for them to get there as well. Greg is not going, just to answer everyone's question. Sorry to disappoint. He does have a girlfriend in Paris that he has confirmed on recent podcast interviews. So we will not be seeing Greg there. But let's get into the rumored girls who are going to be invited, and then we can start playing matchmaker. Now, apparently, a lot of the girls were invited from Clayton's season, as that is the only recent season of girls, but we have three pools of guys. And some of the girls that have been invited include Teddy, Serene, Mara, Genevieve, Marlena, Sierra, Shanae, Eliza, and Cassidy. So a few frontrunners, a few fan favorites, and a few controversial villains. I mean, Shanae on this list is definitely having a lot of people talking. What are your thoughts?
I have to say, Shanae being on this list is like the least surprising thing ever to me, honestly. Like, if they put Queen Victoria on the beach after Matt James's season, they were definitely putting Shanae on the beach after Clayton's season. Like, she is going to bring the drama, bring the chaos, but I feel like she's going to have a very similar time in paradise to Queen Victoria's. Like, when you are so out there with who you are and your villainness, for lack of a better way to put it, on the season you come from, it's very hard to get that second chance in paradise. So who knows what her journey will look like, but I don't expect that she's going to make it, all the way to the end to get an engagement. I'm excited to see Vivian if she's going to be there. I would like to see Aaron there. I'm really excited to see Serene. I think she was an amazing girl, and we did not get as much time with her. Like, I do think that they've pulled people that I was expecting. Like Teddy, we were expecting to see something from her in the future.
Uh-huh.
So this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think with Shanae, I mean, she could get the Queen Victoria or Goddess Victoria, type of vibe where maybe nobody wants to date her and she goes home the first week. But we also have to remember, like, sometimes producers love to make this villain and then make them likable again. Everyone loves the turnaround story, the underdog. Think of Chris and Crystal from Bachelor in Paradise season 5. They were both villains on their season and then they met in Paradise. They ended up getting engaged and everyone loved them. So it is possible that Shanae could turn things around, as well as Cassidy, who was also a
Yeah.
villain on Clayton's season. She didn't get the good edit, and then she kind of tried to turn things around on, the Women Tell All. So maybe she has a chance to do that. But we know that some of these girls have feuds. I mean, Sierra and Cassidy have a feud. Sierra and Shanae have a feud. Genevieve and Shanae have a feud. I mean, how much of the drama do we think these girls are going to bring into Paradise from Clayton's season?
I think a decent amount. I think that the Shanae drama runs deep, and we all saw how passionate Sierra was about all of this drama, even after the fact. So I think that we are going to see some explosive moments in terms of redemption and like forgiveness. I think Cassidy is in a way better position than Shanae to get a fresh start in
True.
paradise. I think her beef with the girls did not run as deep. I think her explanation, was funny and honest at Women Tell All. Like, if I were one of the girls, I would have a much easier time forgiving her. So I think we might see that drama, get a new leaf, have a new start in paradise. But the Shanae drama, I don't know. I think that that's going to be lingering. I think that those feuds are here to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. And one girl who was not on this list, who was a fan favorite from Clayton's season, was Elizabeth. And rumor has it she was not invited this year to Paradise. And it may have something to do with the fact that she pissed producers off when she posted that Bachelorette photo shoot on her Instagram after she was eliminated. And more reason to believe this is that her apology was cut out of the Women Tell All. A lot of people were expecting her to get an apology from Shanae for her ADHD comments. I can confirm to you that she did get that apology, but it did not air on TV. So, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Elizabeth might have a future with the franchise, but we will stay tuned because you never know what could happen last minute. Now, as we mentioned, a lot of the girls are going to be coming from Clayton's season, but they are going to need a few other girls to mix things up because we have three Bachelorette seasons full of guys. We only have one season full of girls in recent years, so they could choose some girls from Matt James's season or Pilot Pete's season. Is there any girls that come to mind that you would like to see from old seasons that you want to have a second or third chance at love if they've done Paradise before?
Yeah, I mean, from Matt's season, I loved Kit. I feel like she was a little too young. She wasn't ready for the journey, but it has been some time since we've seen her. I don't know that she, would do it, would want to come back, but I think she could be a fun one that we haven't seen in Paradise yet. But I feel like, in terms of like second, third chances, Tammy did not have a good go of it in Paradise last time
Ooh.
around. She got her heart broken. Jasenia, I think a lot of us were rooting for her to find love, and it just didn't work out the way she was hoping. So there are some people who I would love to see back on the beach. And I don't know, like, if we're gonna see some immediate repeats, but I would definitely be here for like the Jasenias, the Tammys, the people who were able to make it through a really long time last season, but did not get that happy ending. I'd be happy to see them back on the beach. What about you?
I don't think we're gonna see Tammy Fiona. I think she just went on like a long rant recently on TikTok or her Instagram stories calling out the franchise. So I don't think Tammy will be on our screens anytime soon, but I do think Jasenia could be down to give it another shot. I think Victoria could be down to give it another shot. Someone I
Ooh.
don't want to see is Kendall Long. I think she needs to never come to the Paradise Beaches ever again. And someone that has been getting a little bit of buzz lately is Jasmine from Peter's season. She recently got out of a
Mm.
public engagement and she was very vulnerable and she cried about it on TikTok and got a lot of attention. And I mean, she's actually in the Bachelor Nation blogs, like on their website, bachelornation.com. They were teasing apparently that she might even end up on the beach. So who knows? I mean, we're definitely going to need some old school girls there so it's not all fresh faces. And if they want to bring back some old season veterans, do we think they might bring back Blake Moynes again or even Pilot Pete? We know Becca set the tone last year for leads going to the beach. So would you like to see someone like a Blake or like a Peter on the beach?
This is one of those, like, I find myself conflicted because Peter drove me crazy during his season, but it has been some time since we've seen him. And at the end of the day, I think a little dose of Pilot Pete could make for good TV. Like, I don't want to see him carry a season again, but like a little bit of Peter here and there trying to navigate the beach could actually be a lot of fun. Also, I just don't think he was ready to get engaged, ready to be the bachelor when he was given that lead role. So maybe he has matured. And I think there's a little bit less pressure to get like engaged by the end of the beach if you're like actually finding and developing a real relationship. We've seen the Paradise track record be a little bit stronger, let's face it. So I would be curious for him. Blake, I just don't know. Like, I do feel bad. I do feel like he's been outspoken about how he was really sad with the way things ended up with Katie. So I would be curious to see him try and find love again. But I'm also just kind of like, I've always been a little suspicious of Blake for some reason. So I don't know how I would feel about seeing him return to the beach. But I guess my long winded answer here is I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to it for both of them. And I think that this could be definitely some redemption for Pete. I'll give him that. Like, he could really surprise us. It's been some time since we saw him on this type of journey. So, this could be a great opportunity for him.
I personally don't want to necessarily see Blake and Pete, but then I also, on the other side, think that it would make for the best TV. So I'm all for putting them on the beach. I'm all for putting Claire Crawley on the beach. Like, honestly, Fiona, give me the most chaotic, dramatic season. Even if don't like some of these people, like, I love to hate in like a fun way. Like, obviously, these are real people, but as far as like characters on the show, so Put all of the villains, put all the controversial people on the beach for me, and I'm down for a dramatic season. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about pre existing relationships because there has been a lot of buzz about Genevieve and Aaron. They were sitting next to each other at the Women Tell All. Andrew S. and Teddy both publicly said on podcasts that they want to see each other, maybe Brandon and Serene. What do you think these couples can do to avoid the Brendan and Piper edit?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because I feel like with social media, we're just like all so much more connected now. It's very hard for people to end up on the beach, especially with like influencer events and this and that. Like these people are constantly thrown together. So I don't think people end up on the beach as anonymously. I think the absolute kiss of death for Piper and Brendan was acting like there wasn't anything going on. They played their cards completely wrong. I think there is another way that they could have gone about this from day one that would have had all of America rooting for them instead of all of America pissed at them. So, for instance, like Genevieve and Aaron, I feel like the way that girl's got to play it, if she lands on the beach before him or vice versa, is just total honesty from day one. If you're sort of dating him, then you have to be clear about the fact that you're sort of dating him and roll the dice. If someone's willing to pursue a connection with you, anyways, great. Otherwise, you better hope producers send him in soon. Or I just think it's going to be a total repeat of what we saw before. And I think hopefully people are smart enough to try to avoid that. But yeah, we're going to start seeing people who know each other on that beach more and more from different seasons. And I kind of like that. I do. I kind of like it because I feel like it's an opportunity to sort of if done right, it's an opportunity to speed up the process and get some of those more serious connections established earlier on, which could be fun, right? But unless it's handled properly, it is kind of a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in one way, if they want multiple engagements, sometimes it is a little bit better, but they do have to play their cards right because you don't want to look like you have this plan or this alliance before going on the beach. Now, Fiona, to kind of wrap things up, give me one or two couples you definitely are shipping and want to see end up in an engagement.
Ooh, all right. I'm gonna say Genevieve and Aaron. I actually think they're really cute. I think as long as they're not like full on dating before they hit the beach, if there's room for that like spark to have happened off camera and for things to be explored on camera, I would be so here for it. And honestly, again, maybe it's just because we've already heard some whispering, some rumors here, but I'm interested to see Teddy and Andrew S. I'm curious where that would go, if there's actually a vibe between them, because honestly, I wouldn't have put them together. But the fact that they're kind of hinting that they're talking about each other makes me really curious. So those are two couples I'm definitely shipping, hope to see on the beach. Hope to see just those people on the beach in general. But if something were to happen with those two couples, I would be here for it. I would.
I'm really rooting for Rodney to find love. I really fell in love with him by the end of Michelle's season. So I would like to see him with maybe Eliza or maybe Cassidy because I'm rooting for her as well. I feel like she could possibly like fall in love on the beach and kind of get a redemption arc. So those are just a few people that I want to see fall in love. Brandon and Serene as well.
Yes. Or what about even like Serene and Michael A?
Oh, or somebody with Olu would be really good because he's a great guy. Hardeep. I mean, there's going to be some funny characters there, and we want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below who you are most excited to see on Bachelor in Paradise this summer. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future Bachelor Bachelorette updates. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined by Fiona Zaring. Feel free to give us a follow on Instagram down below. Our social media handles are on the screen. Come say hi. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.